Well, after the Aurelia Demolition Derby, I started looking for more events to do, and I actually found another one to do. Now, you know, this car here may be junk, but it's still got some good parts in it. The cage is mostly the parts I'm after. Cage, gas tank protector, fuel cell, battery box, shifter, toggle switches, you know, all the cool fun things. There's not really too much that's kind of good on this thing anymore. Even the window bar is bent. But the frame's 100% garbage, struts are garbage, all that stuff is just garbage. I still haven't even got the hood open on this thing. To be honest, I don't even think it's gonna open. I think I'm gonna have to cut it open. But with that being said, there has been some more derbies announced here in Ontario, and I'd like to go to them. So the really good thing about half building a car to go somewhere is that you have a car that's half built. So that's all the interior out, stuff like that. This car here might be the one I take to that show. It needs little things. When I say little things, I mean little things like the doors, the cage, the fuel system, you know, little things. Hood, transmission cooler, shifter, motor mounts, bumper, threaded rod, pre-bending, you know, just little things. So this is probably the car I'm going to take, but after some deliberation, I was looking at this one. Now this one's pretty spent, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to be taking this one. I think this one's scrap, to be honest. The rear sills are completely blown out of it. The seat's broken half. I think that this one from Steven is actually garbage. This one in here might actually pass the rules if I just cut the bumper off and take little doodads off the front of it. And maybe take out a couple bars. This one here might actually pass their rules. So this one here might be a maybe, actually. Be nice to get this thing out of the shop and get this one going again, because it's been sitting here all year. So I'm going to have to spend some time looking at the rules. So this one here is a hard second choice. Unfortunately, I think this one's destined for scrap. Now, the third option, there's another one back there, but I'm not too worried about it because it's pretty much junk. The third option is the Lexus. So I just got this Lexus back from Rivers Race. I'm not sure if I'd put up the aftermath or not on this thing, but you know, Rivers Race went pretty good until I blew, well, it got really hot and I ignored it, and then I blew the radiator on the very last lap as I was crossing the finishing line. So the motor in this car is not really good, because then I let the wife race it afterwards. Now, I've had a lot of comments saying, how'd I get this thing this tall? And this thing is really tall. I made videos on that. So if you guys want to see videos on how I made this thing this tall, please check through Zach's workshop. And I'll tell you guys how I did it. So make sure you check that out. But after Rivers Race, the motor is pretty much garbage in this car. Now, the back, how the race actually went, I kind of got smacked really hard on this side, and I got smacked really hard on this side. It would actually be hard to believe that this thing was not pre-bent. So, don't really know what I'm going to be doing with it. For this thing to go to the Demolition Derby, I would pretty much have to pull this motor and put a different one in, because this thing's not even running on 6 cylinders anymore. It's like now down to 4, so it could be as easy as a coil pack. The motor did sound horrible. So I don't think this will be the car that I'm taking, but it has definitely got some ground clearance. So today we're going to be taking this thing apart, because I kind of need the cage, the window bar, the electronic system, the fuel pressure regulator, the computer, the harness, pretty much all this fun stuff out of here. So I really actually don't know where to start on this thing. There's so much that needs to be taken out of it. But I guess the first spot is this. And then we'll go from there. So I guess I need a 9/16 for there, 9/16, 1 1/4, 9/16, 3/8, 3/4, 3/8, 12 mil, 9/16, and let's start taking this thing apart. So I've been working on this for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Sun's almost down. Just after work today, still in my reflective vest. Starting to really miss the mullet though. It's kind of weird having a bald spot back there now. I'm used to this long flowing hair.
Shake your hair me! Love you!
But we've been working on this. I ended up cutting the roof off just because, if you guys don't know, I broke my big toe and my back's been kind of sore lately, and there's nobody here to help me lift this stuff. So this way here was the easiest way for me to do it, was cut the roof off, straight lift it out, and get it to the ground. So I did get the cage out. A lot of you guys keep telling me that bolt-in cages are not as good as weld-in cages. And I'm telling you this right now, this was probably the hardest show I've ever been through in a mildly stock car. There was quite a bit of stuff that we were allowed to do within the rules, but this cage didn't bend, none of my bars didn't bend, everything just unbolted and came apart. The ones through the roof were actually very hard to get out because of how much the roof actually did bend and twist. As you can clearly tell by the floor, my gas tank was kind of bolted right here, so it kind of kept the centers, but you can clearly see where the gas tank protector was sitting in the back of the car, and it held the back of this thing together like you wouldn't believe. Everything's out, battery box, everything. I just have to get the shifter out, the fuel all the fuel lines are out, and the starter wire. That's all that has to come out of this now. But I did just get the hood open, and for all you guys that were wondering, the fan stayed on the hood and worked the whole time, and transmission cooler stayed on the hood and worked the whole time. So I kind of like that idea. Might be doing that a little bit more. My brand new Honda radiator did not survive though. After the heat, I actually had to cut it in half with a mini grinder to be able to get into my shifter linkage, because I don't know if you guys can see this, but the subframe is actually taller than the front of the transmission. So I needed to make some modifications with a 3-pound hammer to that shifter linkage just to get it tighter so I could have reverse and park, because after the heat I actually didn't even have reverse. So happy to have that back. But this is a little interesting. You can see this threaded rod. See how it's on the bend right there and came up? You can see how bad that side is. This side actually ripped off the frame and then split my threaded rod in half, broke my alternator in half. What ended up taking me out is, this is my crank sensor wiring. So I imagine if I was able to get my hands down in here somehow and rehook up that crank sensor wiring, I think this thing would have fired back up and drove out of the ring. But you know what? It did great. I can't argue with this thing. After the heat, my water pump housing actually broke off at the motor, and I couldn't put another one on because the bumper was like right here. So, you know, this car did everything that it could do, and there was no life left in this thing. So I've almost got everything I need out of it. I am probably going to come out here tomorrow. I'm getting a little hungry. I worked a 10-hour day today. I'm just probably going to cut right down here with a Sawzall, same as the other side, if I can find somewhere to cut. You know, that looks like the frame way up here, but try to get it so I can actually get some more pieces off this motor. I want this motor mount, because this motor mount is actually loose now because it ripped through the subframe. I'd like to get some other stuff off this car so I can reuse it. Oh, what a junk run this thing was. But yeah, you know what, like I was saying, the bolt-in cage worked out great. I felt safe the entire time. I could see the back end coming into the cage, and I knew that it was going to hold up. So overall, pretty happy about that. In the front of the car, I wish it had held up better. If you guys might be noticing right now, there's actually 2 bumpers on the front of this car. Because after the heat, the frame was bent so bad, I was terrified to go out there again because I had no bumper. The bumper is touching the rad support, and there's the front of the frame. So I just kind of threw this bumper on, threw this little strip to hold it on this side, and then welded it to the toe point on this side just to get something on there to maybe not use this motor mount as a bumper anymore. So, but we got pretty much everything out of this thing, and we're going to be getting it ready to go into the next car. Still haven't really decided what car's the one I'm going to take. You know, that Lexus is just looking so sad over there, but I don't know if that's the one I'm going to take. But, you know, I love taking these cars apart because then I can see where it bends. And this is kind of a little bit too much to kind of figure out where it went wrong, but I'm just going to say it went wrong between here and there in multiple places. But so have you guys decided what car you think I should bring into the shop? Should it be a fresh car? Should it be... I don't want to take the Illuminati, so don't even think about that one. Should it be this car? Or should I fix that thing for just one more run? I don't know. That one's already half built, so that kind of saves me a lot of time. Not the Hyundai. Don't worry about that one. I'm talking this one. This one here is kind of half built. Would have to go through the rules and see if some of the stuff that's done to this, like the motor mounts, are allowed in the rules or not. But it's clean. It's fresh. It's half built. We'll have to see. Thanks for watching, everybody. This car here is pretty much completely dismantled. I just want to save the rear spindles because they didn't break, so I might as well keep them. I want to save the front struts because they are not bent. I think the spindles are actually bent, but I think the struts are okay. I'll have to take a good look at that once we get in there. But yeah, there's still quite a bit of stuff I have to save out of this. Did not wreck my header. Boom! Look at that. Everything else mangled. Header, mint. So, like all these motors, actually that's pretty tight there now. Pretty much everything is junk on this thing. Pretty much everything is junk. But there's still some parts that do have to come out of it. None of my axles broke, so I'd like to save those. I've saved a lot of things off the seat belts. The computer's sitting right there. I might move that because I think it's going to rain tonight. But yeah, we got to figure out what car's next. That's for sure. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you back here tomorrow in Zach's Workshop.